I've been watching what was going on over here throughout the day with an enormous degree of fascination. And Malte is still not finished, because you can never finish an artwork like this. But I'm so keen to have a closer look at your work, Malte, and I feel like you have captured this day for us, for sure. But yeah, please take us through a little bit what you pulled out from all of the talks and what we can see here.
Thank you. I would love to. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff, but still, I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface. But yeah, maybe a first look into the main structure of the picture. Today, we learned that finding the patterns of intelligence is crucial. So maybe the first try or the first step could to find the pattern of these pictures. Next to, of course, logo stuff and so on. I have to finish that later, sorry for that. I was building up the picture on like 2 times 3 aspects, which are like the, I hope, 3 main key takeaways of the day, which is we examine and build in cooperative and interdisciplinary manner intelligent behavior in order to understand it. The second one is the loop, which means that you are studying organisms, rebuild them on the principles of your insights into robots, and then reuse the learnings on organisms again. And the third main thought on the day, which finally led into the panel discussion, was with our sciences and studies. We're trying to be ethically responsible, and thank you, Jörg, that you again made that loop in the end with your last finishing words. Those are like the first 3 things I wanted to planned on the picture, and the other ones were the 3 kinds of intelligence. We have the individual intelligence, we have the social intelligence, and the collective intelligence, which were the 3 blocks of speeches and talks that you were listening to today, and I was happy to listen to today. To cling it together, I tried to establish all of these 3 points here in the beginning, where we have a Jason Pollock-style Earth. Thank you for introducing Jason Pollock to us again today. Thanks, that was a great intro for me as an artist. Fantastic. And I don't have to draw that clearly. It's okay to just smudge a bit, yeah, and call it art. Great, I love that. So around this world, we have 3 actors or agents, as I learned today. The cockatoo, the robot, Pepper is her name, as I learned, and the fish swarm. And I used this fish swarm to guide us through the picture. You see all of these fishes are swimming up here to individual intelligence. Then I forgot an eyeball here. Finish that later. Then we're going down here to the next thought, the loop, and then it takes the loop up there, so we are at social intelligence. They are finishing the loop, going down here, and there they jump into the water underneath the sea where there's war. At least there are a lot of marlins. So I used the fish as a symbol and also to give some structure into the picture. Yeah, and maybe now we could dive a bit deeper into those 3 blocks, into these 3 blocks of speeches. Unless you want to interrupt.
No, I'm intrigued, so please go right ahead.
All right, the first was the individual intelligence, where everybody could learn that mice are more intelligent than me, because I was introduced to this mice, not the trap, the riddle or the the mice problem, this box where you have to like first lift the yellow lever and then draw out the red one and so on, and finally we get some food down there beneath the green door. And I wasn't really able to open it in the first round. You remember that, Mascha, when I was meeting you in Maschstraße? But mice can do that, and of course that was a very sweet talk. Everybody loves mice, everybody loves parrots. No, cockatoos. I learned that word anew today too. This is a cashew, just to be sure that you can see it. And what we definitely learned there is that, of course, not every being has the same amount, state, whatever, of intelligence. There are definitely several kinds of intelligence, and that beings are getting better at it. Which was shown through these tasks and challenges. Engagement, strategy, mechanically skills, those were like the entry tickets of solving these problems. Oh, I have to check out that I don't throw too much shadow on it. Which was then, in the next step in the loop, transferred to robots, to artificial agents. I definitely have to watch this movie, this dance movie. Who was using that picture? What's the name of the movie? I'm Your Man. I'm going to write that down. Okay. I'm going to absolutely watch it in English. But great how it's possible to take parts of popular culture and to throw metaphors in there, and it works so well. And you see how important it is that there is artwork that like translates actual questions that are important in society, and to like make it capable for everyday people, for non-scientific audiences, like me. So I'm definitely going to watch that movie. And as you see, I always choose like the funny parts or the sweet spots, like, what was her name? Pepper, like Pepper saying, "Oh dear," when being too confused. I love that situation. I also loved our pantomime guy here with all the features that nonverbal communication has. Facial expression, of course, the gaze, the gestures, the body pose. And that nonverbal communication now is transferred first into the teacher, into the social knowledge transfer. And then it was in the talk transferred to robots again. We had this moment where the robot served food, so some drinks, anybody? I know that all of you helped yourself with drinks and food in the exhibition hall, which I didn't draw, sorry for that. But at least some kilobots did come up here. We come back to them later. And here now I definitely have to state that I was helped with my picture. This is Anna's picture that you saw in her speech earlier before, and I left out this piece of paper so that she could finish this graphic recording. Thank you for that.
Yay!
Yeah. So SCIoI does not only have scientists there, they also do have artists, and that is a close bond, I can tell you. So use art, use visual thinking in your science. It usually helps not only to make like emotional contact, but also to think things through. But we'll go on the picture. The fish loop takes the plunge down here into the Mexican wave or into the waters of the Mexican jungle, symbolized by some green smudges behind there. And we have the, not icebird, what's the English word for the icebird? Kingfisher, yeah, thank you. He's puzzled, definitely, caused by the Mexican wave. And then I used also that is possible on pictures, which you can't do in speeches. Yeah, you just smudge together two talks, and this is why the fish that jumps into the Mexican water ends in the ocean, where he joins the fish swarm that builds the fountain effect, meaning outsmarting the marlin, which of course use the same style of intelligence to also team up with other predators so that they still could catch that swarm. And which I found important to also state it that because I usually do anthropomorph all of my pictures. We have that over there in the panel discussion again, that people love it when things do have eyes, when things look humanized, when they talk to us or look at us. So of course I do that too. Also that saves a lot of time. Yeah, I just let people, the fish say what was cited more elaborate during the talk. Here the fish say, "Let's get behind the marlin. Follow me, I'll follow you." And of course, this is what I wrote down here. The individual fish does not have any idea what they are forming, just like the spider, which is over here, sorry for jumping back and forth on the picture, just like the spider doesn't know what it exactly is performing. It does not have this visual, it does not has the ability to envision the outcome. So, of course, the fish don't know either, but the effect is great. And this is transferred into robots. The kilobots here, for example, I love them. Everybody loves the kilobots. And they, of course, love Mosen. Important that the name is written here. Not killer bots, no, kilobots, yeah? And they do form similar movements, just like these swarms. They can be used, or insights coming from these studies can be used, for example, in autonomous driving. And then again, now we're fully doing the loop back into insights about our brains, because in the end, neurons do form similar structures. Yeah, and with all of that, we were coming into the panel discussion. Is there a difference between human and artificial intelligence? That was your first question, and of course, all of the answers weren't or couldn't be right to that point, as we couldn't say, okay, this is intelligence, but there are, of course, differences. Do there have to be some? Yeah. That was also a true question. Here the robot says, I'm good at structured situations. It was the same idea that we got there in the beginning of the day, over there at Jackson Pollock's chess game. And the guy says, "You're a lousy dancer, sorry, but what can come out, or what can be the result of this difference between human thinking and algorithmical thinking? Is this like non-predictable area? A human would never do that," was a citation that I definitely wanted to write down. And this factor can be something that we as humans can use as a learning moment. And I think this is pretty much what Hartmut Rosa uses in his response theory, that you don't really know what is coming out. Yeah, these slightly differences in, for example, technical differences in 1 kilobot, the one leg is a bit smaller, and that has an effect on the whole structure that, or the whole movements that this group of kilobots is forming. Yeah, and that I think this, like, we're not really knowing it. This moment of being unsure or an open outcome, that is the really interesting thing. After discussing a bit what makes a person, yeah, being very over-mentalizing, oh, that must be Thor with the thunder, or this is the magic star, yeah, the biases we're using, and the emotionality. Thank you for giving me that hint, Jens, to draw that slamming, the slammed car door. I had to do that. Here again, we had also had this as humans. We want to feel connected with the thing on the other side. Want to experience intelligence in those artificial structures that we are building. We want to be in contact with it. I think that is deeply human. And yeah, then we were coming to the ethical risks, which of course are in there. Just like human contact, whenever we go into contact with another person, we do have a risk that something will happen that we weren't planning. Yeah, that is this responsive, not knowing factor again. And of course, we can do a lot. Here we have this street light. We do have these red lights that we don't want to cross, but still, everything can happen. And maybe we can't even understand it or even control it. I really like the sentence of first the diagnosis, Diagnosis, thank you. And then the cure, meaning whenever the question of why are we doing it, what is the purpose of the feeling of I want to understand what is going on here. If we have a reason why we're doing it, then I think it's always a more safe situation to not just run into any ethical, very, very risky situation. Yeah, and finally, Quo Vadis, you just heard that. I'm not going to repeat again, but maybe there are some questions, or I forgot something.
Anybody have any questions? No? Amazing.
Oh, you didn't understand my bloody English, sorry.
Malta, I have to say, I think you just blew everybody's mind in here. I mean, this was really, really remarkable. I mean, not just the artistic, the artistic quality of it, but also your depth of understanding for some very complex topics that were covered over many, many hours. And again, I think it's another reminder of the power of the visual and the power of graphics and images that can really help us to process very complex ideas, but also to make them more accessible to a general public. So this is your gift, and we're so grateful that you could be with us during this event. Thank you again.
But then I must encourage you that you also draw down your thoughts, because drawing pictures is a way of asking questions. That starts usually with, what do I want to draw at all? And on which paper, and with which pen, and so on. And then what is the main aspect of the picture, and what is belonging to it, what builds the ecosystem, and where do I place it on the picture? Is there a contrast to some antagonist or whatever? Yeah, I think when you lay out your thoughts or your inner processes on picture, then it's not only a way to get your own thoughts really clear, but it's also easier to make that jump to the other person or the other structure, the other intelligence in social or in collectiveness. So pictures help to communicate. Use that. Everybody can do it.
Yeah, so some homework for our scientists. So thank you very much. Malte, thank you.
Thank you very much.